Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video. Today we're going to go ahead and take a look at VEGEKS right here. The Dokkan Awakening for VEGEKS. He is now a Super Saiyan, which is good. You know, this is the fusion of Vegeta and Trunks. A Potara fusion of Vegeta and Trunks right here. So we'll go ahead and take a look at how good VEGEKS is going to be. He's on a number of teams that, you know, I think it's pretty good that they're getting some buffs, right? Like Potara and Time Limit, that's going to be good. He, of course, is on the uber-busted Super Saiyan team, which is definitely really good as well. This is also a defensive stacking character. So, you guys know the drill with me with these defensive stacking characters. Automatically, I feel like that does give them value inherently in difficult events, right? Especially for teams like Potara, right, or Time Limit. You know, it could be good. You know, there's a lot of, like, overpowered fusions on some of those teams where I feel like are good for, like, short events, right? I feel like a lot of the, like, you know, like, Int Gogeta, Int Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, right? Like, a lot of those characters are better for short events, like Super Battle Road stages, than, like, specifically, like, the Legendary Vegeta event or something like that. But VEGEKS right here is going to be good for long events more so, I think, right? So, we're starting out here on the Super Saiyan team. Let's go and take a look at our boys' links here. So, VEGEKS has Super Saiyan, the Saiyan lineage, that's good, Royal lineage, Shocking Speed, Fuse Fighter, Power Bestowed by God, and Shattering the Limit. So, him having Shocking Speed, I mean, for Potara, I feel like it would be much better if he was preferably prepared for battle, but, you know, with a lot of the actual fusions on there, he is going to at least share Fuse Fighter. Him having Saiyan lineage, it could be good, but he's not necessarily on teams where I feel like that is really the biggest deal, though, him having Saiyan lineage, right? Like, it's, you know, on something like Hybrids or something like that, yeah, it's great, but, you know, I don't know if it's really going to matter too much here. Okay, so we're going to have, again, Super Saiyan and Royal Lineage. Remember that Royal Lineage is one of the links you actually do want at link level 10 pretty badly. Because at link level 10, it gains an additional key. So, alright, let's go ahead and see what VEGEKS is doing here. 120% attack and defense at the start of turn. He gets an additional 100% attack and defense on Super. He gets a 10% chance to crit with every Super attack performed up to 50%. That's really good, I think. And he launches an additional Super. The enemy's in attack down, defensive down, stun, or sealed. Okay, and guess what? He does not have Golden Warrior, but you know who does? Is Vegeta and Goku right here. Golden Warrior is one of these links that actually lowers enemy defense by being activated. So by having Golden Warrior activated right here, you know, on the Super Saiyan team, we're immediately going to be able to have VEGEKS he's guaranteed a double super attack right here. So that's pretty good. Let's see what his opening attack set is. 2.5 as a defensive stacker. I mean, it's not the craziest ever, but as a defensive stacker, right? Remember, he is building up his crit chance as well. So with 2 super attacks already, okay, it's pretty good opening turn for him, honestly. Now keep in mind that he's now built up a 30% chance to crit from those 3 super attacks right there, right? So on his next super, he's at a 40% chance to crit. Like, that's a powerful ability, right? Characters that are able to get up to a 50% chance to crit is like, that's like no small, like, slouch ability or anything like that. It's definitely not. So I honestly, so far, I would say I'm fairly impressed with what VEGEKS is capable of doing, right? Like, I don't think he's going to be one of these units that's just going to come out and flat out, like, dominate one of the gods of the game. But I actually feel like he's got usability. Like, he's actually, like, a relatively solid option. And again, he's on some, I think, sort of, like, lower-level teams that, you know, any additional help for could be really good, right? Potara, Time Limit, Defenders of Justice, right? And don't forget, dude, Time Travelers, that gets, like, if we get, like, some top tier, like, imagine we got, like, you know, a unit drops and it's like undisputed best unit in the game or something like that. Like, better than AGL UI Goku, better than Full Power Frieza, better than Namek Goku, better than any of them. And then they're like a Time Traveler leader or something like that. Like, it's going to be crazy. Because the Time Traveler lead now has so many options, so many characters, you can build it in so many ways. It's going to be pretty disgusting. Just, you know, outright. Okay, so remember that VEGEKS will link up really well with Heart Virus Goku because Heart Virus Goku is one of the best units in the game. VEGEKS is at 171k defense now. Okay, so his defense was probably not that impressive last time. I didn't remember to look, but he does get 100% on Super though. So he's at 340k defense right here while he's stacking. So after triple supering with no support, by the way, this is no support. He's looking pretty good. I think VEGEKS is actually looking pretty good to me. This is not like a bad unit or anything like that, right? He's definitely looking solid. And we're going to have Super Saiyan, Saiyan Lineage, Royal Lineage, and Shocking Speed all active. Again, remember that Heart Virus Goku is redonkulous. He has one of the best link sets in the game. They made Heart Virus Goku so stupid. He is actually such a dumb unit. He's so good. All right, let's see what VEGEKS does, what our attack stat is up to. 2.56 right there. VEGEKS also does raise attack for 1 turn, right? So that's why we saw his attack stat progressively increase during that last turn against the Super Saiyan 3 Xeno, Goku, and Vegeta, is because he stacks defense on a super attack, but then he also raises attack for 1 turn. So, you know, we get the triple super attack, and he's progressively stronger. He's looking pretty solid, though, again. You know, he's not the greatest unit of all time, but I think VEGEKS is actually a pretty solid piece that you can utilize for some of these teams. So, not bad, not bad. All right, now we're over here on the time limit category team. We'll definitely be able to build like a solid time limit team. I think VEGEKS, you know, again, could be fairly useful here. You know, this is not bad. He's at 200k defense right here at the start. We get more links activated with being next to LR Tech Gogeta right there. Remember that LR Tech Gogeta, LR STR Vegeta, Heart Virus Goku, they have very similar link sets, right? So, like, right here, we'd have Super Saiyan, Saiyan Lineage, Shocking Speed, Fuse Fighter, and Power Bestowed by Gods. That would be pretty good. We'll just do Super Saiyan, Fuse Fighter, and Power Bestowed by God right now, though. And then on the next turn, we'll get all those things active. Remember that Super Saiyan 4 Vegito is actually supporting as well. It's not a lot, right? Because half of the support buffs for crossover, half's for graded power. 2.93 right there. He's got 200k defense. He is going to be a defensive stacking character. Again, I feel like VEGEKS, his role is just to be a nice little assist for long events for some of these sort of like lower level category teams. But I actually see VEGEKS like having value, right? Like he actually could be a unit that's actually a little bit like useful, right? Like I don't think he's going to be a huge L or anything like that. So, all right, let me do one more turn here on the time limit category team. And then we'll probably finish up on like the crossover team or Dragon Ball Heroes or something like that. Bitch! Sit down, Vegeta. Yeah, so we'll probably do like one more, and then we will finish up. So let me know what you guys are thinking about VEGEKS. Again, I think he's not bad. I think he's got some value. At least a lot of these Heroes units, like there is some area where they are an improvement, which is good because there's 20 goddamn units that were released at once, right? So, all right, on this turn, we'll have a lot of our links active, everything except for Shattering the Limit and Royal Lineage. Those are the only 2 links we do not have active right here. What is VEGEKS defense up to? That's pretty good. He's basically at 300k, right? Yeah, so VEGEKS is looking solid to me. His defense being able to be 200k turn 1, that is definitely, like, acceptable typically for long events, right? Because long events usually don't start out that tough. It's as you really start to get far in them, that's where they can really, really get tough. That's why, you know, defensive stacking is so good, right? So, all right, what does VEGEKS hit? Okay, apparently we're gonna see Super Saiyan 4 Vegito counter as well. Okay, oh, by the way, Vegeta, bitch! Oh, I saw that crit, too. Okay, not bad, not bad. All right, and VEGEKS is at a solid 3 million right there. Okay. Yeah, VEGEKS. I mean, 3 million is certainly not what I would consider, like, a great attack stat. But, you know, with the defensive stacking, he'll have value just off of being a defensive stacker alone in those longer events, right? All right, now we are over here on the crossover team. We'll be able to get a lot of nasty support. We'd be able to get a pretty good rotation right here. We'd be able to get, what, Super Saiyan, Saiyan Lineage, Fuse Fighter, Power Bestowed by God, and Shattering the Limit. We'll be able to get a lot of links active, but just this is fine enough, right? We'll still be able to stack it. What is defense right here? 100k. Yeah, I like what VEGEKS is able to put up. By the way, okay, so dude, they released 20 units, right? I'm still working my way through a lot of these characters, right? I'm doing like rainbow videos on them. I'm still gonna do level 10 Link videos. I probably should have just prioritized getting all the rainbow videos out first, but then if that wasn't enough, on JP they're like, oh, what if we dropped a Dokkan Fest like 2 days afterwards as well? So there's just been actually just so many units for me to cover. I actually gotta, maybe I should step it up. 4 videos a day is not enough. I'm gonna have to jump up to 7 videos per day to get all these units out, right? Because I'm still behind. I still have like 350 million download celebration unit showcases to do and shit. I don't think I've done AGL Trunks as level 10 links, right? Like I've still got a number of characters, right? But okay, I feel like we've seen we got a nice long look at VEGEKS, right? Like we've seen him with several different situations. We saw him with that like full part of his passive active where he could start busting out a lot of different super attacks and stuff like that. So let's just get this one turn right here. We'll have these 4 links: Super Saiyan, Saiyan Lineage, Fuse Fighter, and Power Bestowed by God activated. He's at like 320k defense. That's definitely looking good, right? Like he certainly is able to get some pretty good defense, honestly, pretty quickly. It doesn't take VEGEKS many super attacks to actually be able to start busting out like pretty solid defensive numbers. So, you know, 3.5 million right there too. Not bad by our boy VEGEKS. Again, it's not the craziest attack stat ever, but I mean, you gotta realize with this guy, this is just a banner unit from the Heroes banner, right? Like he's not one of the easy A's or even really one of the main summonable unit ones. He's an awakening from, you know, when did VEGEKS' SSR originally came out in 2019 is when he came out, right? So, all right, let's go ahead and take a look at his details now. Whoa, actually, we got to get this rotation right here. Okay, so we'll have those 4 links: Super Saiyan, Saiyan Lineage, Royal Lineage, as well as Shattering the Limits. Here he's up to over 400k defense, and he's getting, what, 80% support right here? This is where the support really is crazy. Remember that this FCR Super Saiyan 2 Trunks is like a must-run on the crossover team. He is really good. I really like the Super Saiyan 2 Trunks a lot, right? So, all right, let's see what VEGEKS gets up to right here. Okay, nice super attack there, Gogeta. And we get up to 3.6 by VEGEKS with, again, 400k defense. And don't forget that every super attack he does is giving him an additional 10% chance to crit as well. So he can get a 50% chance to crit from his passive. So you potentially could just build him all additional, right? And go for the defensive stacking and stuff like that. Pretty solid for sure by VEGEKS. Alright, this is morale lifting father-son fusion Super Saiyan VEGEKS Xeno. His leader skill is STR type key 3 and 80% of stats. His super attack is the Burning Impact, which stacks defense, raises attack by 30% for 1 turn, and then does supreme damage to the enemy. His passive skill, Father and Son's Morale, gives him 120% attack and defense at the start of turn. Then he gets an additional 100% attack and defense on super attack. Then he gets a 10% chance to crit with each super attack performed. And then he launches a guaranteed additional super if the target enemy is in attack down, defensive down, stunned, or sealed. His links are Super Saiyan, the Saiyan Lineage, Royal Lineage, Shocking Speed, Fuse Fighter, Power Bestowed by God, and Shattering the Limit. 12 kill multiplier is 140%, typical for these types of units. In terms of an EZA he could help in, actually there's several. There's Physical Vegito Blue, as well as Physical Final Form Cooler. Both of those EZAs, VEGEKS will actually be pretty solid in. And then finally, our boy is on a couple of different teams where he could be an assistance to. Potara, of course. Any new units for Potara is good. We just got a couple of solid units for Potara added there. That's nice. Then, of course, he's also on the Time Traveler team, which has gotten very, very big. He's also over here on the Dragon Ball Hero team, which is good for God Trunks. He's here on the Crossover team. He works pretty well with Super Saiyan 4 Vegito. Then, of course, he's also here on the Defender of Justice team. Definitely going to have to give this team a spin with all the different Time Patrol characters that have been added to it. Then, VEGEKS is also on the Time Limit category team, which has gotten a bunch of like fusion options recently. And then finally, he is on the Super Saiyan category team, which is now definitely one of the best category teams in the game with all the buffs Super Saiyan's gotten this year, right? So let me know what you guys think of VEGEKS. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.